There we go. Can you hear me now? Hey, this is when you don't like read the things properly. I thought can, not can't. Uh, Sorry, guys, you've been listening to me talking for like 10 minutes about nothing. Can you hear me now? Does it sound okay? Let me ask. Yay! Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you for your patience and sticking around while you watched me on mute. Okay, so let me start over again. Welcome to the Toddler Play Conference. I'm thrilled to have all of you with us. This is the third time we are running this conference, and it is always just so much fun. So I am going to be popping on here live every single day. Great, thanks guys. I'm going to be popping on here live every single day to run some kind of a workshop. So today we're doing rainbow rice, tomorrow we're going to be doing ice play, and every week, every day we're doing something else that's really interactive and fun. So let me know in the comments. You guys are great to let me know that you couldn't hear me. Thank you so much. Oh, I see Vicky. Hi Vicky. Let me know in the comments if you are alongside me, if you've got your rice and all the things that you need to make your rainbow rice, let me know. And if you're just watching and you're going to be doing it later as well, that's fine too. Let me know in the comment box. So I wanted to first just introduce myself if we haven't met before. I know there's some familiar faces that I can already see here, but my name is Holly. I am a pediatric occupational therapist. I'm also a mum and the founder of Playful Pod, which is my play and child development membership community. And as you may have guessed from running a Toddler Play Conference, I'm pretty passionate about play. It is, in my opinion, one of the most underutilized tools that we have as parents, and it is incredibly simple and incredibly powerful for our children's development. So I am just so thrilled for all that you're going to be learning this week. We have some amazing speakers. Every day you will be receiving a link at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time with 5 speakers. So it ranges according to the days, but on average, it's about 5 speakers a day. And you have 24 hours to watch those if you're here on the free ticket. And they're just amazing. And then we have all of our fun and our prizes and everything like that happening over in the Facebook group. So I did want to let you know, have you grabbed your bingo card? That was in the last email that I sent today. Inside of that bingo card, you have all kinds of little tasks that you need to do. And when you get 5 in a row, you get bingo. You come and share it with us over in the group and you get your name in the hat for some of our daily prizes. So there is one that you can already tick off because it's come to the live welcome call. So if you are here, you can just go ahead and tick that off on the bingo card, and well done. And as we go, there'll be a thread every day that you can just drop your bingo card. It is also PDF fillable, so you don't have to print it out and tick it. You can just download it, and then the links that are in there become clickable, and then also there's a tick box at the bottom that becomes clickable, just easy like that. Yes, and we also have some printables that we're going to be using in our these live times, these like interactive times. So make sure that you have those. If for whatever reason you can't find them, just search OT Holly in your inbox or your promotions or spam, and you'll see all the emails and all of the links are in there. And also you're always welcome to just reach out to me. It's support@otholly.com. So should we get into it? So I wanted to just touch firstly on this thing of sensory bins. If you have those printables, you will find in there that there is actually a recipe for making this rainbow rice. But I'm just using one of the magazines that we have in Playful Pod. We have a magazine every month, and I just printed one of the digital. I just printed this one off so I could use it for today. But we are going to be using this little guide for setting up a sensory bin. So these are 4 things that I want you just to kind of think about when you're setting this up, because I know, right, you think about rainbow rice and you're like, the mess, and it can get messy. So these things will like help contain the mess, and it'll also help that you don't make the rainbow rice and then put it out and your child just like looks at it and then walks away. So we're going to be trying to get them to like engage in it, and not just so that we can put that like they did the Pinterest worthy activity, but that this kind of play, because it is sensory and because it is very schematic in nature, which you'll learn this word well throughout the conference, it's very engaging for our children. So we might need to like support them in getting started, but they are going to be doing the play themselves. So these are 4 things that I want you to consider when setting out the sensory bin, and we're about to make the rice in a minute, which is going to be for the sensory bin. The first is a container. Now this might be like a tough tray, you know, those ones that you put underneath a washing machine. So those are like really big, and those are great because your child can actually like sit on them. It might be something like these bins that I'm using here. I'll just show you. Oh, this doesn't all fall over, but like these bins that they come in the fleece hat table. It might be just like any kind of regular storage bin that you have. So you need a bin, then you need something to fill it. And that today is going to be the rainbow rice. And you don't have to dye the rice. Like, this is just a fun extra part of it. I find my kids really do like the color, but you can absolutely just use normal rice as well. And rice is a great one because it's dry. So for children that are a little bit more sensitive or cautious, it's not something that they're gonna like as soon as they touch it be full of it. So it's a great starting place for kind of introducing your child to this kind of sensory stuff. Oh, I'm frozen? Really? I'm sorry about that. Sorry, I just read in the comment box. Am I frozen for anyone else? Can the rest of you see me okay? Okay, so we've got our container, we've got our filler. Now we need an action. And this is actually a really important part of this. Like, sometimes we give our children like some kind of play invitation, and we just think that like we don't understand why they don't start engaging with it. So when we're thinking about rice, I made some earlier, so I'm just going to pull it out over here. Oh, so I don't spill. There's so much, like you guys can just drop, okay, Vicky, you see me, great. And Kate as well. It's nice to see all of your names. If you think about rice, and you can leave me some comments here in the description, in the chat box as well, like there's so much to do with it, right? You can pour it, you can hide things in it, you can scoop it. So there's a lot of verbs, and that's really where the schematic part of this comes in. So think about when you're presenting this to a child, what are they going to do with it? Like, what's the verb? What's the action that they're going to be doing with this? That often really is like the one key that can kind of help a child enter into that play. And that really also dictates then what you put with it. So I'll show you. I set it up earlier for my kids, and I put it on Instagram as well if you want to see that video. Man, let me tell you, this desk arrangement is a little bit interesting to have all this like highly spillable stuff here. So I just took one of the principles from that principle pack that you all have, or you should have. It's part of the conference. And I put the rice bin in something else, like a smaller container, because I didn't make enough. And then I just hid the cards for these. You see, they're printed out. And they have a little bit of Velcro. I wonder if you can see it with the light. Yeah, the light seems too strong. But there's a little tab of Velcro in the back here. So I just hid it into these things and put this with it. And then you can see there's a clear verb that we're like inviting them into. And that will also tell you what kind of tools you'll put with it. So I use these like tongs, but for younger kids, they might be really into pouring. If you're noticing that they're pouring out their food or their water at dinner time, I know that's like a great one of toddlers. It's often that they're actually like learning about this action of pouring. And so you can put like scoops and things that they then get to experience that pouring. We've also done these like really fun circular ones with a marble run, like a Magnetile marble run, which was, I'm not going to lie, messy, but fun. So on the messy topic, we said that there are 4 things that we're going to consider with these sensory bins. The first is the container. The second is the filler, like the rice or the foam or whatever. We're going to be making foam on one of the days. The action that they're going to be doing. And then the next one is the boundary. So this is really helpful in like decreasing the mess. If you put out a piece of like an old sheet or a old shower curtain or something, and you give your children like a really clear boundary that the mess can go until here. Also with something like this, if your children are like Some kids are just messier than others. My daughter is much messier than my son. It's great to have like a bin within a bin, or a little box within a box. And this doesn't have to be fancy. Like, you can literally use your Amazon box, just cut the top part off and just use that as your bin inside a bin, as long as it's taped so it doesn't spill. So now we are going to get to the part that we are making the rice. So let me know if you are with me making rice. And I did want to just show you as we get there that you can store this rice lasts for ages. Like, half of this is from 2 years ago, and the other bit is from like a year ago. But you can just actually store it in a Ziploc bag, and put it in wherever you store stuff. I store in like those white boxes back there. I store all our sensory stuff, or in a kind of jar like this. It will last well. Very important, because I've worked with people that have made this mistake before. It needs to be uncooked rice. Don't use cooked rice, because it'll be super mushy. Okay, so I want you to pour your rice into a bag, and let me know if you're with me on this in the comment box. Pour it into your Ziploc bag. If you don't have Ziploc bags, you can absolutely just do this in a bowl. It really doesn't need to be in the bag, but we end up using the bag anyway for storage, so I don't mind it being in the bag. We're using a bag at least. And then you're going to want to put a bit of vinegar, just like a dash. It really doesn't have to be that much. Just a dash into your packet. I realize that you guys now can't see what I'm actually doing. Now I need to decide what color I'm going to do. What color do you guys think? What are you doing? And while you are replying to that, I will say that the oil-based food colorings are much better than the water-based ones. The water-based ones, you just have to use like the whole bottle almost, and the color kind of seems to fade pretty quickly, whereas the oil-based food colorings stick really well. Okay, so I'm just going to do pink, I think. Let me know what color you guys are doing. I'm going to put a drop in there. It's quite a hefty drop I did. And this is, if your kids are alongside you, I know for many of you, this is like already your morning time. It is my evening time, so I'm a bit ahead of you. You can do this with your kids, absolutely. I did this with my kids today to make the green for the other one. And then you just want to like, the sound, you just want to stir it all up to make that rice. So that everything's coated. Just realized that I put a lot of rice for one color. You love pink, okay, great. What color is everyone else doing? I think my little girl will like this. Another thing that kids love mixing colors. It's like something so fascinating to them. So get them involved also in the mixing of if you're combining colors, you know, if you're like making blue and yellow to make green or anything like that. Okay, I think I'm going to drive you all crazy with the sound. So I'm going to stop there. Mine hasn't coated too well yet. I need to give it quite a bit more of a shake. But I think that you have got the drift. Now, what you need to do is just open up that bag, put it onto a piece of baking paper or a tray, and you can just leave it out to dry overnight, or you can pop it into like a really low heated oven, like really, really low, whatever your minimum heat is. Just pop it into the oven so that you just need to make it dry. Because it's wet from the vinegar. That's basically all you need to do. And then that's it. You have rainbow rice. It's so simple. And it's so amazing because you can leave it for 2-3 years. The stuff doesn't go bad unless your kids are like adding sand and things into there. But now you can also start to think again, like we spoke about, like what is the action? How are you actually going to put this together? And I want to see. So I want you to post a picture in the Facebook group or over on Instagram and tag me. I want to see how you are putting it together. And again, I just want to remind you, when you're thinking about putting these kind of invitations out for young toddlers, that's great. Vicky's making green. That's fun. I like green. I think it's nice for spring. Always think about the action. So whatever kind of tools you're using, and tools are a great thing to add. I'll just add that in here because often we we kind of just presume that our toddlers will want to put their whole hands in, and maybe some will, but for a lot of children, that's quite intimidating. So just having like a scoop or something like that, even if you are hiding, like I showed earlier, hiding these kind of cards into it, still have something available that they have a backup option that they don't need to put their hands in straight away. Of course, from a sensory side, we do want them to be getting their hands in, but we want that to be like at their own pace, and that they're kind of initiating that. So that's kind of it. That was our welcome party. You can expect an email from me tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time with the links for the day. And we have some amazing speakers tomorrow. And if you're not already part of the Facebook group, make sure that you are. We will be having another quick kind of workshop like this tomorrow about ice play. And it's a really fun one because it involves also going for a little walk outside. So I'm going to stick around for one more minute. If you have any questions or anything that you'd like to add, I'm here and I can see you in the comment box. I did want to just also let you know, I think I mentioned it in the email today, but the VIP ticket, if you are wanting to upgrade, is going up in price at midnight Eastern Standard Time. So I think that's like 8 hours away or something. So if you're on the fence, just so you know, the price is going up at midnight by $30. So, okay, well, I don't see any more comments. So I think it's nice to keep this short and sweet. And I will be with you, alongside you in all of the comments and everything during the conference. And I'll see you also back here tomorrow for our workshop on ice play. And as always, I'm going to drop my email in here if you ever need, if you ever have any questions or run into any difficulties. I know sometimes the tech stuff, like it functions differently in different countries and different areas and whatever. So always just reach out to me. I'm here to help you along as much as necessary. Yeah, it's a pleasure, Kayla. It's a pleasure, Gina. So much fun. And I can't wait to see what you guys set up. So I have my pink, I'm going to be sharing tomorrow what I set up with this pink rice that I now have. So I can't wait to see what you guys have as well. And yeah, see you tomorrow. Bye, everyone.